So for us, this is really the beginning. We are entering year 7, and this is the beginning of a new chapter where things are going to change. Stories are going to be, some elements are going to start reaching a new stage of progression. If I even dare say, some conclusions are going to be reached. Where we're going to be starting to answer a lot of questions.
Hey everyone, RogueGold here, welcome back to the Division 2. And today, I want to dive into the new Crossroads season narrative. We are barely over a week into this new season and story, and it has already got its foot on the gas. Between the now awoken Barden Schaeffer spilling some big secrets, some information that we seem to have about the mystery prime target this season, I wanted to take the chance in this video to dive into it all. I will warn you now, there are going to be spoilers in this video if you have not yet begun the Crossroads content and narrative that is available in the game. But as you saw in the intro clip there, Yannick, the game's creative director, was not kidding when he said this season is a turning point and that questions are going to be answered. So we're going to get into it all. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more like it moving forward from me, I would appreciate you clicking that subscribe button. I have a feeling things are only going to get more wild from here. Also, have to give a big shout out and thank you to our channel members. Your ongoing support is beyond appreciated. But without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so I want to begin with the mystery of this season's prime target, as I've already seen countless theories on who people think this mystery Black Tusk branded figure could be. I know there's also some people out there who say that they prefer it being a mystery and that we kind of learn as we go on throughout the season. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but it seems as though this season's patch notes kind of already give us our answer for who this figure is. I'm sure some of you who go in and read this stuff have probably seen this, but I'm gonna guess there's more of you who have not, as this was also not hinted at in any other trailers, dev streams, or media that I saw. But on the Division 2's website, right at the top of the Year 7 Season 1 patch notes, it reads, Crossroads gives agents the opportunity to uncover the truth behind Sokolova's plans as the Division finds themselves in a race against time and the Black Tusk. Now that Barden Schaeffer has recovered from his coma, the Division learns of a deep cover asset embedded within the Sokolov concern. This logistics manager was meant to be extracted after the events of Coney Island, but time is running out. If Sokolova uncovers his true loyalty, she will not hesitate to eliminate him. Alright, so this does not outright confirm that this undercover asset will be the prime target and or is the mystery person in the season's panel, but it seems pretty likely to me. I imagine as the weeks and scouts go by here, we are going to learn about this person from Barden, learn about their whereabouts, and then by the time we reach the climax mission, there'll be an escape plan in place where we're probably going to break in somewhere and try and extract them. That's my current theory, at least. If you have a different one, I would love to hear yours. But yeah, I wanted to cover that as I'm getting a lot of questions about it, but that is not all that we have to go over today. As I mentioned, Crossroads is wasting no time giving us some juicy details on the Division 2's larger story and lore. Now, heading into this season, there was a small concern that I had in the back of my head that despite Schaeffer waking up after all this time, they would find some narrative loophole for why he couldn't tell us all of the info right away. We need to go and prove ourselves or whatever. But so far, it seems as though each new week here, the scouts are going to give us full-on Schaeffer briefings, talking about some key Black Tusk info. And so yeah, we've got 2 of the comms already. Here's a look at the first one of the season.
Are you sure you're up to this? We've already wasted 2 months. If it's too much, we can take a break. I guess this is why you're the key. Oh God, are they still calling me that? They are very committed to the code names. I knew you were strong, but Faye was strong. I'm sorry. We didn't know. That's why you were supposed to take me alive and conscious. We did. But in transit, you slipped into a coma. I figured it was a delayed reaction from a TBI. And not that your doc drugged me? Summers was in charge of your care, so he controlled the labs. No one here questioned your treatment. Or his credentials. We had no reason to distrust him. We were wrong.
Alright, so I thought this was great. It recaps Schaeffer and Faye's kind of story and ongoing plan from the end of year 2, when, Schaeffer was last awake. And then for any who were still in doubt, this lays out plain as day that Doc Summers was a Black Tusk asset. He was responsible for keeping Schaeffer sedated and comatose. We of course then saw Kelso taking him out when she infiltrated the White House at the end of last season. So that comm really set the stage, let us know where we are. This next one is where things really kick in.
They're everywhere. But not like everywhere. No, it's not like Kerman's. There isn't a Black Tusk bunker on every corner, but less than a day's walk to a safe house, half a day's drive between bunkers. You've got a helo you can get from one to the other in an hour or 2, depending on weather conditions, but you need a landing site, or can jump in. How do we compete with that? You don't. That's why we were trying to shut them down. The Diamond Network. Yeah, We take down the network, we take out the bunkers and all of Nat's tech.
There it is. We are finally getting some details on the Black Tusk bunkers. This thread and idea has been hinted at for many seasons at this point, with everybody saying that Schaeffer is the key to us gaining access to these Black Tusk bunkers and basically trying to cripple their infrastructure from the inside. My biggest thing is I'm curious to see where they go with this. Is there a reason why we wouldn't start taking these things out immediately? Is there a reason that we need to kind of come up with a coordinated attack or maybe specific timing for when we're hitting one of these bunkers? Something else I'm quite curious about really is, are we actually ever going to see one in the Division 2? I've seen a lot of people speculating different locations in the new Brooklyn DLC for where they might place a Black Tusk bunker, but something you need to keep in mind is that DLC content cannot be a part of season content. As of the one endgame change that they made last year, seasons need to be available content for every player of the Division 2, and that means by just owning the base game. And so locations in Brooklyn or Manhattan, even though they did Kelso's mission there that one time that was before one endgame, they've said that from here on out that will not happen. And so that leaves on the table locations in the DC map, of course, or the various free mission content that we have available, like Coney Island or the Pentagon. So it's an interesting question. If we do go to one of these bunkers, are they going to repurpose some location that we've been to before? Will they maybe try and add on to an existing location? Maybe they try and do something where these bunker raids happen off screen without us. That would seem kind of anticlimactic, but who knows? Either way, it's awesome that we're finally diving into this story and lore, and I'm very excited to find out where things go from here. My friends, that is my quick breakdown for the beginning of this new Crossroads season. It's exciting stuff. I really love that we are hitting the ground running here, that the team has said that this season is really about answering questions and starting a new phase of the Division 2 story. And honestly, I'm truly looking forward to seeing what intel we get each new week from the scouts here. That's a nice feeling. So, you've heard my thoughts. I now want to turn it all over to you. What are your thoughts on the beginning of the Crossroads season here? What theories do you have about stuff like the Black Tusk bunkers? Are we actually going to get to go to some? What is the reason that we're not doing it already? Let me know, whatever you're thinking. I'd love to hear it down below. That is going to do it for me on this one, though. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you back soon. Until then, RogueGold out.